If you're a follower of Christ, at some point, you had some version of this story. You are hurting, or life is good, or whatever, but you recognize there must be more to life, and maybe you go to church, and the Spirit of God touches you. It's in a song, someone prays for you, someone witnesses to you at your business, you see something, you have a trial, a tragedy, you recognize you're doing life without God, whatever it is, and you call on Jesus, and you experience His grace, His forgiveness, His mercy, and boom, wow! Life is amazing. You're on the mountaintop and you go to church and every sermon is like it's just for you and like just God's speaking to you, and you go under your car and the song on the radio is your favorite one, and you go to the mall and you get the perfect parking spot and you pray a prayer and God does it immediately and He gives you more, and life is incredible. God is so good. Thank you, God. Life starts happening and some things go on that aren't so good. You go to church, and the sermon was, it wasn't bad, but probably for somebody else. Get in your car, don't like the song. Go to the mall, you can't park anywhere. Pray a prayer. Not only does it not happen, but the opposite happens. Then something bad happens. Your daughter gets sick and she doesn't get better. You pray for grandma and she dies. Your boyfriend, the Christian, cheats on you. The person you looked up to and admired does something wrong. The doctor gives you news that you never deserved. Whatever it is, happens to all of us. And life does this. And at some point, many of us have what Henry Blackaby in Experiencing God called a crisis of belief. God, if you're so good, why am I not here? Why am I right here? I don't know if you're involved. Do you even care? And about this point, most people think we've got one of two options. One is, unfortunately, what a lot of people do. With good intentions, they just deny the bad. Okay, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. God is still good. This isn't happening. I'm just going to kind of pretend like we're up here. I'm going to deny it. I'm going to deny it. I'm going to deny it. The other people say, well, you know what? If I'm here and I'm not here and God's not doing what He did, then God must not be real. Just screw it all. Forget it. I tried church. I tried God. I tried the Bible. Forget it. And they're out. They think there's two options. There's not two options. There's a third option, and that third option in the middle of the pain is to wrestle. I don't get it. I'm confused. And as best you can, to continue to embrace. And when you do this, does life get better? Oftentimes, no, it doesn't. Sometimes it continues to get worse. And when it gets to worse, you often do what James said in the first chapter of his book, where he said, you consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. And perseverance must finish its work, so that you can be mature and complete, not lacking anything. The way to true intimacy with God is not to live on the mountaintop, but is to get to know His faithfulness in the valley. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for Thou art with me. Thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me.